Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 133 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to be very heavy on Jedi, Sith, and Force lore as a way to really inspire many of the characters, such as Rey and Kylo Ren, that they are going to be using this knowledge to benefit themselves from start to finish of this movie. Now, what's really intriguing about this film is that we do know that J.J. Abrams really paid very close attention to Star Wars Legends material as a way to use that as a form of inspirational source material to create a very unique and original story for Episode 9. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, a description of Rey traveling to the Lost City, where it's explained that she is in search of a place called the Land of Warriors and the Prime Jedi Temple. It's described that Rey eventually reaches this place where she is able to discover the Prime Jedi Temple. One of which is she goes inside where she begins to meditate, where she hears the Force Ghost voice of Yoda speaking out to her, where she begins to focus on his voice about the origins of the Force and the galaxy. It's revealed by Yoda that Anakin Skywalker, Luke's father, is the one responsible for linking the power of the Beyond to the Lost City, and the power that Rey is feeling in this moment is from the very center of the Beyond itself, that Anakin was able to manipulate the netherworld of the Force to turn the Lost City into the strongest Force nexus in the galaxy itself that holds the power of the Beyond, and is said to be one of the big reasons Rey will evolve quickly in the movie. Now, as far as her powers go, that's where she's going to evolve from start to finish, where the scenery is said to be very inspiring, with blue floating orbs around Rey during the scene, as well as a beautiful score by John Williams that is said to be a new Force theme. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Episode 9, like I say, is going to introduce new types of Jedi, Sith, and Force lore that we would have never seen before in the originals and the prequels that are now going to be introduced in The Rise of Skywalker to really give us a better perspective on, of course, the Skywalker saga as a whole and where things are really going for Episode 9. Now, with that being said, this big secret that Yoda unveils about Anakin Skywalker is that he was able to link the Lost City to the Beyond itself in order to make the Lost City the strongest Force nexus in the galaxy there is. Now, this is one of the main reasons as to why when Rey goes to the Lost City, she hears all these Force Ghost voices. She is able to become stronger, learn new abilities during her time in the Lost City, specifically in the Land of Warriors and the Lake of Dreams, and even in the Prime Jedi Temple. So those are the top 3 locations within the Lost City that Rey will actually discover and travel to in the second act of Episode 9. And the fact that Yoda's Force Ghost reveals this about Anakin Skywalker and how he was able to link the very center of the Beyond to, of course, the Lost City. Now, in case you guys are just tuning in right now, the Beyond is said to be the origins of the galaxy and the Force itself, and is said to really contain the origins of the dark and the light side powers of Force-sensitive individuals. Now, the Beyond is something that we still truly don't understand. We're still not quite sure if it's a different realm, or if it's a different dimension, or a different galaxy. Whatever it may be, we're still not quite sure and or for certain as to exactly what it is physically speaking and what it's really going to look like on the big screen. But we do know that it's going to be a place full of great power that will connect to the Lost City itself. So this big revelation that is unveiled by Yoda about Anakin Skywalker to Rey, it is shocking, I will say, because we do know that Episode 9 is going to introduce new types of Force lore that we have never seen before in the Skywalker saga. So this could very well explain as to why Rey is going to be able to learn the ability of flow walking as well as Kylo Ren, and even learning the ability of course, flash fighting against Kylo Ren. Now, it's said that this is initiated by Rey in the third act, and it's one of the big reasons as to why we even get the flash fights, is because it's going to be a mixture of flow walking and, of course, Force bonds, flash forwards and flashbacks, you name it. And I think what's so special about that is that it's going to give us a great scene where we are going to have a trip down memory lane, seeing all these iconic moments of the Skywalker saga from start to finish, and how Rey and Kylo Ren are going to interact with those moments in Episode 9 is really going to be a very big thing for the Star Wars franchise, in my belief at least, because I think that a lot of fans are really much in need for nostalgia at this point within the sequel trilogy, and that's exactly what J.J. Abrams is going to deliver in Episode 9 as a way to really recapture the audience in very unique ways in order to satisfy them. And it's all a matter of how this is all going to be executed, right? It's all a matter of how it's going to be organized in the movie that's going to really and truly attract fans around the world. It really is a big deal. They have to get this right because Episode 9 really does determine the future of the Star Wars franchise and where it all stands. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.